Hey guys, it's John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to IFYL, Inspirations for Your Life. I'm so happy that you've joined me here tonight on a Tuesday night. That's April 25th, 2023. If you're new to IFYL and you're watching us on the cast, just go to your smartphone, launch your camera app, point over the QR code like so, touch the yellow lips. You'll get my link tree. If you're not watching us and you're listening to us on the podcast, then go to believemeachieve.com to check out more of my great creations. All right, I want to thank you guys for supporting me. For those of you that are new, for those that are coming back, thank you so much. And I also want to thank those of you that are watching the replays, 1 a.m., 1 p.m., 2 a.m., 2 p.m., 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 4 a.m., 4 p.m., 5 a.m., 5 p.m., 6 a.m., 6 p.m., 10 a.m., 10 p.m., 12 midnight, 12 noon. Whenever you decide to watch us, thank you so much for making Inspirations for Your Life a part of your life. Really do appreciate that. Let's get on with the master topic. But before I do, I want to let you know we do this. We start with a Saturday for those of you that are new, and we roll all the way through the week, and we finish up on a Saturday. Really cool. Here we are, everyone. Our master topic is how to agree to disagree. That's just a very clever thing, I have to tell you, because, understanding this premise is a way of you trying to understand what's going on and to not be negative. I think that's a real thing that's very, very prevalent. But one of the things I want to talk about that I think is really important is the fact that when we say we're going to agree to disagree, although, Michael, I like your solution, the idea might be a little more effective with a few minor changes or add-ons. See, when you stroke their ego or when you say, hey, I like your idea, and I know it would reach the perfect audience when we make a couple changes, a couple tweaks. You're not telling them you don't like the idea. You're telling them that you like the idea, but you just want to move forward with a few changes. And usually they're going to be willing to do that. Krista, while I see your point, that isn't quite what I was going after. So when we think about this whole premise of agreeing to disagree, it's something new for a lot of people, but it started in like the 1700s. So it's been around for a very, 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 very long time, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, very long time. Very, very long time. And so when we think about agreeing to disagree, right? Things come to mind like being open-minded, listening, keeping to the facts, keeping emotions out of it, know when to get out. When you've tried your best to have a discussion with opposing views, but you can't get beyond a certain point, then know when it's time to call quits. It's time to pack your bags and leave. You may still want to assert your own point of view, and that's fine, but maybe not with the person you've engaged in the discussion with. When people want to hold on to their own viewpoint and not be swayed or convinced to embrace another way of looking at the topic in question, then it's time to shake hands or touch elbows, back, and respectfully agree to disagree. It has to do with people's personalities, right? People's personalities. So let's think about that. So you've got what is a type A personality? Because I think this will make it a lot easier for you guys to understand. So a type A personality is an achievement-oriented person, competitive, fast-paced. And I find myself to be a type A, but I'm not impatient. Now, I would have been more of the classical type A a long time ago, but I've learned to tamper my impatience and put that into constructive uses. All right. If you're a type B, you tend to be less focused on competitiveness and more on enjoying the journey. I will say that I've transitioned from being an A to more of a B because I enjoy the purpose. I enjoy the ride. I enjoy the experience. Type A people, don't want to do that. A type C person is more passive. If we get it done today, we get it done today. If we get it done tomorrow, we do. And if we don't, well, I guess we don't. If we make a profit today, okay. If we don't, then I guess we're not going to. So that's a C. A type D is a distressed person characterized by negative emotions like worry and attempt to inhibit these emotions while avoiding social interactions. Each personality type can experience unique challenges that are special to their own. But, understanding that we can make a difference and when we respect others, I think that's when magic starts to happen. That's when magic starts to happen, folks. And if we want magic to happen in our lives, I mean, serious magic, then we've got to be able to agree to disagree sometimes. You have to, right? If we think about this for just a moment, right? Agreeing to disagree comes down to a lot of different premises. But you know what? Let's think about one. Tom, may I add something to that? By looking at your observation, I notice you're on track. And I can't help but think that if we just pivoted the idea a little bit, it would be a lot more effective. What are they going to say? No? Paul, excuse me. May I add a few things to your idea? Yeah, sure. Sure, John, go ahead. Your creation inspired me to think about some things that could really take it to the next level. And I know you'd want to do that. What if we took the concept of starting a business, which let's say we're going to start a sprinkler business. And from your idea of wanting to do that, taking that business and your landscaping businesses, and we put it together under an umbrella called something that's eco-friendly. So eco-friendly home services, therefore EHS, or eco home friendly services. And when we do that, we'll be able to tackle other things like we can add a pool service and everything can be eco-friendly. And this is something that's not easy to do. And we can stay up with that. And I think that would really give us an edge. No one's doing this right now. Christopher, that is an outstanding idea. And I really can see it succeeding. And we might just want to reconsider charging people a higher price when they come in because we're providing digital voting. Now, digital voting is great. I just don't think people in our audience want to pay an extra $10 or $20 to be able to encompass that, or to pay for the applausometer. Or right now, our tickets are 30 to 40% above what most people in our area are charging. I think we're offering like a VIP ticket, very similar to going on an airplane. And I think we should keep maybe just the beginning 4 to 8 rows VIP. Charge the extra 30 or 40% more. Give them free apps. Okay. Give them a complimentary dinner. Okay. And of course, a complimentary drink. The other sections, we can keep the price that they're at. We can just maybe offer them a complimentary beverage and offer them reduced pricing on snacks and dinner. And we could keep the price the same, but yet we'll still be able to make more money because the people that want to experience a royal first-class treatment don't mind paying it. But I think if we do this for the entire stadium, arena, or theater, we're going to lose people. I mean, and the funny thing is they're not even going to tell us that they're unhappy. They're just going to quit. So I think we should embrace the whole concept of where are we going with things? Where are we going? That sounds pretty clever, doesn't it? So, agreeing to disagree is really a way of either negotiating or trying to propose a compromise. But the compromise usually is more than that because it's usually putting your 2 cents in. I love the idea. Would you be open to reconsidering if we changed the color of the faucets to nickel instead of chromium? I mean, I'm just giving you some ideas, right? But I think people really will embrace agreeing to disagree. Here's one maybe you would do on a date. Baby, I know you're all fired up right now, and I understand the argument and what's going on. And this is why I've come home to talk to you and ask my boss to come home for about an hour to have a short conversation with you to let you know this is important to me. And if we need to spend more time later, I'm happy to do that. But I wanted to come home now and let you know how important you are to me and that I know this can be worked out. I don't expect to work it out in 5 minutes. I just want you to know that I understand what you're going through. I understand the stresses that you're dealing with. Now, maybe I don't like kowtow on every one of them, but I get it. And I appreciate you. Here's another great one. Ricky, you know I always support you, but you should also know that I don't want to support you when a solution will have negative consequences for you or for me. And this is why I'm going to agree to disagree with you, because if we do this, here's what's going to happen. We are actually going to cause you to get fired, and later on, I may get fired. So I think that is a big, big problem. And so while we're embrace that whole concept, I really hope you'll appreciate why I'm putting my foot down on this and that you can understand what's going on. People, when they know that you're doing something for their better good and you can prove it to them, they're going to be like, oh, I was wrong. I understand why you're coming that way. Not always. I would move mountains and cross the longest sea for you just to support you. And it's my duty to take this bullet right now and let you know you're wrong. Your best interest is always my goal. And if I kept my mouth shut and I didn't tell you, and you went out there and you pitched what you were telling me, you wouldn't get this opportunity. They would just say no. Don't be afraid of arguments and quarrels. Your partner or friends or associates will realize that you had their interest in mind shortly. It might not be immediate. Okay? Paul, everyone gets a little caught up when we're upset. I get it. And this is why I wanted to take time to come down and explain to you what the company is trying to do. I know you may disagree with me right now. If we don't make this change, not only will budgets be cut, salaries will be sliced, people will be fired. So I wanted to appeal to you and let you know that I want to keep you working for our company as long as possible. And this is why I agree to disagree with you on the context of the demands you're making. I beg you to go through that list and really think about what you need. Because if I submit that list right now, management's going to tell me to fire you. I can almost bet on it. And you may hate me for the rest of your life, and that's okay. but at least I know I told you or gave you a warning so you didn't have to worry. Ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege, been a pleasure, been an honor to be with you this fantastic, amazing evening. I hope you'll comment below, like, love, support the video. Definitely tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. And go to my YouTube channel, John C Morley serial entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase, help keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or yes, a savory plate of dessert. Either way, we'll be grateful with those pennies and dollars. We'll invest into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content to empower you to change your life. What I want to share with you, Rome wasn't built in a day. Change doesn't happen in a minute. It doesn't happen in an hour. It happens in time. Have yourself a great rest of your night. I'll be back tomorrow with more on how to agree to disagree. Take care, everyone, and be well.